Hello, my friends. John Eagle back here, John Eagle Freedom, better known as the Health Guardian. I'm all about health and wealth. And without health, we actually have no wealth. But today's topic is going to be about wealth. You know, the US dollar was created in 1900, and it has been steadily decreasing in value for the last 100 years. And it reminds me of World War II, when the German mark, a wheelbarrow full of the German mark, would not buy a loaf of bread. That's when it hit hyperinflation. We're all familiar with inflation. When I was a young man, I could take $1, fill up my gas tank, and take my girl to a show and have money left over for a hot dog and a soda. And today, the dollar referred to the Federal Reserve note. You have to be familiar with this because it implies that our government owns it. But the Federal Reserve is not owned by our government. It is owned by the wealthiest bankers in the world, and it's never been audited since the day it was created. And we are being snookered, my friends, and so everyone should own gold. This topic today is going to be about preserving the buying power of your equity, which you might look at money as being valuable, but it's not. Today, you lose money by actually saving money. And if there was a financial institution, where you could earn money by referring people to a different type of savings account, which would hold the buying power of what you're saving, and you could earn $900 on doing that, would you be interested in learning more about this? Well, attached to this here YouTube video, there's BK Gold, and look into it. Robert T. Kiyosaki, he's the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, has got a video on the power of gold. You should acquire this book. It's called The Gold Investing Bible. And you have to realize that in 1970, Nixon took us off the gold standard. You know, when I was a young man, you could have a gold certificate or a silver certificate, and the government actually made it illegal for us to retain gold. And that's how the government got possession of our gold. And then after that, gold prices went up. The reason gold prices are escalating today, you know, it's $1,400 an ounce for gold. Silver was $25. It went to $27 an ounce. And if you think about this, it's not the type of money that we have, except paper money is actually backed by nothing. And that's big zero. That's nothing. And when this country is, you know, it's in debt. Matter of fact, this country is bankrupt. It just hasn't admitted yet. And yet our president just got through printing trillions of dollars, more of the funny money, I call it, because it's going to be absolutely worthless. And countries have bankrupted themselves and forfeited the debt, not acknowledged the debt. America has got the biggest country in debt into the world. China is one of the countries that buys most of our debt, and China is disposing of the dollars. They're getting rid of the dollars. As a matter of fact, the government of China is advising their citizens to go ahead and acquire gold. And the citizens of China, they don't have the safety net that people in America believe they have. Social Security, unemployment, you know, the welfare system. The citizens of China have to take care of themselves. And you know that China is really one of the best, strongest countries, way stronger than America. And China was a third world country, but I believe it's going to become the superpower of the future because they're telling their citizens they're giving them the right information. So I would encourage you to watch the DVD and the video that is attached to this and understand that it costs absolutely nothing to become a member of this organization. And I talked to a guy here yesterday. His first check Now, United States is not even open to this opportunity, but his first check is going to be well over $100,000. And I was introduced to another man, and I have not met him personally, but his check last month, I believe he's in Germany, is almost $900,000. Now, folks, that's a month. And you don't have to have, this is not a network marketing company. It's not a multi-level marketing company. It is an opportunity where you can leverage your savings and keep the buying power of your dollar. And if you're not knowledgeable about gold or silver, you should educate yourself. Because if you have a JOB, standing for a job, most people think that's an opportunity. I refer to it as being just over broke. It worked when I was a young man after the Depression because everybody had a job. We were instructed to get the best job we can get. But today, I think the wave of the future, the business of the 21st century, is going to be multi-level marketing. And Robert T. Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, wrote a new book. It's called Business of the 21st Century. Well, it has some ups and it has some downs. But with gold, there is no ups or there are no downs. Gold has retained its buying power more than any other form of currency. All paper currency, there's over 1,400 paper currencies that have been used in our civilization. 1,400 of them have failed. Do you think that the American dollar is any different than all the other paper currency that's been out there? There's a new global currency, and it has a thread of gold impregnated in the paper. And that means that it has the gold value. And every bank, every financial institution in the world will honor that paper money because it is backed by gold. You have gold right in the paper. Stay away from the paper money. Invest, the experts say you should invest at least 20% of your net worth into gold or silver. You can hold your own coin. 1 ounce of gold, 1,400, is projected it could go up to $2,000 or $4,000 or $8,000 an ounce. Now, don't you think that you should have some of that, preferably over the fern, the American dollar? Because the American dollar is soon to be a thing of the past. And they're talking about euro as taking over the currency of the world. But I think they've already got another currency that every nation in the world will have. And I sure hope it is backed by gold, because gold will stop this inflation that will lead us to hyperinflation that will destroy our civilizations as we have been known. The modern civilization, your infrastructure like electricity, water, the ability to go to the grocery store, all these things could be hampered. And you need to be aware and start educating yourself on how to survive. And I would suggest that please watch this video, Robert T. Kiyosaki, watch the other videos, and if you want to get back with me, you can get back with me, and we'd be glad to educate you on anything referring to health or wealth. This is the Health Guardian, and I want to say again, without health, you have no wealth. So treat your body as a temple, not a trash can. And it's not the food in our life, friends. It is the life in our food. And I'd recommend to eat and consume organic. Organic is 5 times more powerful than conventional. Conventional produce has declined its nutritional value 50% in the last 50 years. And if it's not in our soil, it's not in our food. And then when we look at the cold storage, just like apples or oranges are picked green, bananas are picked green, and if they're not ripened on the tree, you're losing a lot of the benefit of the nutritional value in our food. I want to thank you so very much for joining us. We need to pull together to stop this insanity. The children of the world that are being imprisoned, not behind bars, but in their own minds and bodies. Autism used to be 1 in 10,000. Now it's 1 in 67. It's projected by the year 2015 to be 50% of our children. This is insanity. Diabetes used to be, an adult onset diabetes used to be for an adult seniors because they're paying the price of the lifestyle that they've chosen. but 33.33% of our children right now are being born with adult onset diabetes. Please, I encourage you, wake up, America. Let's educate ourselves about what's going wrong in our society that are symptoms of a much deeper problem. And you look at the largest economical tsunami that the world has ever faced. You look at the healthcare budget approaching $3 trillion, and yet 95% of that budget spent the last 30 days of a person's life. We are in serious trouble. And I believe it is because of the malnutrition and the dehydration of our society, and the greed that is perpetuated by extending the shelf life in our food. So there again, have a glorious day, and educate yourself about the buying power of gold. The buying power of gold far outweighs any paper money currency that any civilization has ever used. Thank you so very much for joining us, and I look forward to speaking to you again. Have a glorious day.